Well, folks, the Dolphins season has officially come to an end. Um, Last night, when the Dolphins go up against the Jets at MetLife, um, the Jets battle back. They had nothing to lose, and they'll take the win over getting a higher draft pick. But for the Dolphins, another disappointment for them as they have failed to not only win the game but to clinch the playoffs, and that is all on them. All on them. Nobody else but them. Achan, I thought Achan had a pretty darn good game. He had a pretty good game, and really, he was the one that was carrying. And so is Jonnu. But Tyler Huntley, I thought he was awful. I'm sorry. He was just as bad as he was when I went to watch the game in Hard Rock. And the defense gave up 32 points. And each time the Dolphins had a little slim of hope of making its comeback, Aaron Rodgers responds. Now he wants to play his good football. Go freaking figure. I mean, it starts with a 3-and-out for the Miami Dolphins. And the Jets' first pass of the game was picked off by Dotson. 2 straight games Dotson has picked off a quarterback. And then we ended that drive an opportunity with a field goal. Okay, it was a 26-yard field goal for Sanders. Dolphins held the Jets again. They punted. Dolphins went nowhere. We punted. And Huntley got sacked too. Jets went nowhere at all. They punted. And it was one of those, was it excuse me. It was just that one clusterfuck play that they did a little lateral. They did those lateral passes, and they just went nowhere. They got absolutely blasted by Jalen Ramsey, and it was incomplete. It sums up the Jets' season. Then our drive comes up a little bit after that, when Achan had that amazing 61-yard rush, close to scoring a touchdown before being brought down by Reed. He should have scored on that drive. He really should have scored on that run. And guess what? They ended that drive with a field goal. They should have come away with the touchdown, and they didn't. It ends off with a field goal. Since that drive that would end the first quarter, the Jets defense woke up. Aaron Rodgers not huddling, and they would score on multiple occasions. Aaron Rodgers passed it to Conklin for 5 yards, and ESPN noted that's his 500th career touchdown, which congrats to him. 5th player in NFL history to reach 500 touchdown milestone. PAT is good. What does the Dolphins respond with? And this is where I became incredibly frustrated with Tyler Huntley. He gets picked off, thrown it into traffic, intended for Waddle, but it was picked off by Davis. The Jets would drive down the football, and they got away with nothing. Rodgers got sacked on 4th and 5, and Agba and Sealy was there for it. Okay, next. What does this drive do? Huntley was sacked, and he fumbled the football. And the Jets, of course, picked it up, and they would score on the turnover. Aaron Rodgers to Alan Lazard, and it was a 2-point conversion to be up by 9. They just went for 2 because they feel like they could succeed with 2-point possession, and the Dolphins defense did nothing. Breece Hall just walks right in, and that's not. And then another turnover by Tyler Huntley. That pass was also picked off. It was also picked off by the Jets defense. 3 straight possessions by the Dolphins resulted in the turnover. an interception, a fumble, and an interception again, all caused by Tyler Huntley. If you and then the folks who want to criticize Tua for that kind of thing, keep the same energy to Tyler Huntley, because I promise you, you have no reason to say this is Tua's fault other than he's out for the hip injury. You have no reason to say that this is all Tua's fault. No reason at all. If you say those things, you don't know football, nor you watched the game. Period. So that ends the first half. Jets go back on offense because they won the toss. They let you defer, and they punted the football. Great. What's next? So what's next for the Dolphins offense? Huntley gets sacked. He fumbles again, but they got it back. They got the football back at least. 2nd and 10. You're not going to believe this. Another fucking fumble! Another fucking fumble. 2 straight fumbles in the same drive. And then the Jets recovered it. Oh my God. They can't protect the football for the life of them. They can't do it. And then the next drive for the Jets resulted in the field goal. We held them as far as 4th and 1. They went for it, and Allen goes for 2. Joseph ends with the field goal. Woohoo! Jets got a field goal. The Dolphins does start the long drive at their own 22. Achane was really the big reason. I mean, Huntley can't do simple passes. He throws it wildly, and the receivers had to lunge up, grab the football. This will end the 3rd quarter, goes over to the 4th quarter, and Achane was scoring a 15-yard rush. Touchdown Dolphins. The PAT is good. It would be a 18-13 game. We're down by 5. There's a slimmer of hope. But that hope is again shattered by the Jets offense. As Gibson was running, Breece Hall was running, Aaron Rodgers with great deep pass the middle for Allen Lazard. He was wide open, Allen Lazard, for 43 yards. And then Devontae Adams gets a touchdown pass. A quick response by the Jets offense, of course. Dolphins, they would get a touchdown pass out of this long drive again. I mean, they had to go through a couple of 4th downs to get first. Where was this all game long? Jonnu Smith gets a 4-yard pass from Tyler Huntley, and they score a touchdown to make it a 20-25 game. So hope has come back. And if you say it was instantly shattered, you're fucking right. Because Aaron Rodgers with another sweet pass to Devontae Adams on the right side. Storm Dog was right there and lost Adams for 29 yards. And you can pretty much guess what happened after that. They score. They just can't defend. Breece Hall was wide open in the end zone, and that's the end of the game, 32-20. Now, we were already eliminated from playoff contention because the Broncos were beating the shit out of the Chiefs. And I think they saw the score, and the Dolphins just flat out gave up. They just gave up. They forfeited. They just waved the white flag. They waved the white flag, honestly. And then this last drive didn't mean shit. There were no huddling in, and they just don't even get close to the end zone. I'm done talking about this, honestly. This is pathetic. This was a really pathetic game to watch. The attendance was 68,818. No, it wasn't. No, it absolutely wasn't. I saw photos of the stadium. Nobody was there. Nobody was there, too. Nobody. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm glad the season's over because I'm just done watching that pathetic football. Really is like I love the game of football, but the question is, does the game of football love me back? Does it any of us? Does it love any of us? Believe it or not, folks, that's not even the worst news. Eliminated from playoffs, we saw it coming from a few miles away. I'm amazed that we were still living this long. They did that to themselves, okay? The Dolphins did that to themselves. It's nobody's fault. Everyone else is fine for their playoff spots. The Bengals, the Colts, they got eliminated from the Giants. The Broncos, they were vying for it, and they're in. It's not their fault. It's our fault. If they just win little games like the Titans, the Colts, especially the Colts, and even especially the Arizona Cardinals, we would have been okay. We would have been okay. I'm done talking about this. Okay, I am done talking about this. I got nothing else to say. I'm gonna make a separate video after this one. This is a recap. The next video is gonna be a breaking news. It might be a times two breaking news because something was bound to happen. Was there changes? I don't know. Let's find out next video. So anyway, let's get to it for this one. Please subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video in a little bit. Good night, or not good night. It's still 10 in the morning. Have a good rest of your day. All right, have a good one.